Good evening, I'm Shameka Neely. Victims of last year's Indiana State Fair stage collapse will begin seeing checks in the mail as the state distributes $6 million set aside by the General Assembly last session. That included giving $300,000 to the families of the deceased and paying 65% of the injured victims' medical expenses. Attorney General Greg Zeller says even though a civil trial involving the private companies responsible for the stage rigging is not scheduled to begin until 2014, the state is ending its financial obligation first. Indianapolis lawyer Tony Patterson represents many of the victims and says even though the more legal action is to come, he's satisfied for the moment with the job done by state arbitrators. After 3.5 years of service at the Monroe County Community School Corporation, the district's Director of Elementary Education, Cameron Rains, is moving on. He's accepted a new position in Johnson County. MCCSC Board President Jim Muelling says under Rains, the district's failure rate has decreased and the corporation has instituted a literacy remediation program. The new person will likely be in place for next fall. Bloomington Transit will reduce its service hours for the holidays. Some routes, which now run 17 hours a day, will make its last stop up to about 7:30 in the evening in the coming days. In a typical week during the school year, Bloomington Transit operates about 30 buses. But General Manager Lou May says because the town's population will decrease for a few weeks, some buses will run a Saturday schedule during the break.
First and foremost, on the two major holidays, Christmas Day and New Year's Day, Bloomington Transit or BT Access will not operate. Secondly, on the two eves, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, we end service early on both of those days.
For Bloomington resident Brian Souter, who rides the bus between 4 and 5 days a week, the bus is his main source of transportation. He says if he can't get a ride from a friend, then he will have to use other means to get around town. How will you get around then if the bus isn't running?
Just walk.
The bus system will return to its full schedule on January 7th. Your weather tonight, there's going to be strong winds. It's going to be cloudy, a 70% chance of snow showers, lows in the mid-20s. Tomorrow, it's also going to be very windy, mostly cloudy, highs around 30. Tomorrow night, clear, lows around 19. On Saturday, it's going to be sunny, highs in the upper 30s, lows in the mid-20s.